Howdy, folks. It's me. I hope you can hear me out there. It's Incomitatum. Let's go to my setup phase. You're not hearing any music tonight. And the reason for that is tonight I'm going to be making some music. It's one of the things I like to do. I had a little bit of a emotional roller coaster these past couple days, and I've been thinking a lot about keeping a joyful noise in your heart. So tonight is supposed to be episode 15. I don't know how it keeps getting messed up. Oh well. Update the info. Maybe it'll fix it. Who knows? Anyway, tonight is supposed to be episode 15. We're talking music. We're talking the pattern. Last time, and let me see if I can get Photoshop up here. And yeah, we're not going to have too much music. You might hear the wrinkly tink, the tingly tone of the stuff going on. Little puppers dancing up and down the hall. I'm opening up Photoshop here in the background. Yeah, I should also, again, I often say that my low bar is getting everything up in 20 minutes or less. So here we are. We're only in the first couple minutes. It's okay if we don't have all of our shit together. But tonight I'm going to spend some time. I've been doing some art streams that have lasted 2 or 3 or 4 hours. So there's no reason why I can't just expose the way that I make music. And tonight's we're mostly going to stick to some synthy, airy, meditative shit. Yeah. Because the other thing that you have to realize is if you've got all these talents, you got to put them to use. I'm kind of a one-man band, folks. I know how to do just enough video, just enough audio, just enough game design, just enough logo and set design, just enough to have this not be a total shit show. So in time, I want to storyboard out my own intro. Yeah. Here's some stuff we talked about yesterday. We talked about... I got wires looping over wires. You should see me down here in the bunker. I mean, it's a mess. It looks like a time machine. So I got to push a button that lets me move this around a little bit better. There we go. There we go. Dink, 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 dink. So let me say, tonight's going to be about some bullshit. It always is. I'm going to casually say the F word and the S word. Just because I forget sometimes to filter myself. And this is my show, dang it. We all consent to infectious language. That means you're here for me to share ideas with you. And if you want to say hi, you can share ideas with me. But we're all riffing off of each other's energies. And, worst case scenario, we might learn something from each other. So infectious language. We're all about breaking big ideas down into smaller ideas. And tonight, for sure, we're going to get up to some oscillation. Life is in contrast. That's where it happens. See, contrast is this. We were talking about building a color palette. We were talking about this, right? We were talking about how light and what we see is kind of a lie sometimes. We have a very limited range, a narrow scope of vision. There are creatures that can see microwaves. That must be a weird existence, right? But that this idea of colors lines up very well with this idea of an octave. And I was saying, much to my frustration, why the hell do we call it an octave? So, it's all connected, folks. That's I'm one of those guys. I'm an it's all connected kind of guy. And if I begin down that rabbit hole, then how do I use it to my advantage? Well, that means that sometimes I'm going to make some music. Let's see what we got. Can I make this do the thing? Seems like it's fallen asleep and then not picking it back up now and then. Do I have to kill it? And then bring it online again? What have we done? Alright, let's just copy this stack though. Copy all these effects. And remove this track. And insert a new virtual instrument. And we're going to say key rig. I get this pretty looking thing. Yeah, you guys are going to want to see this often, aren't you? That's okay. That's a-okay. So, let's bring this back up. If I hit record, yep, see how it moves. Bing, bing, bing. I have a cool looking synth down here in front of me. You can go see it on Instagram. Let me pull it up for you. This was my birthday present to myself this year. My indulgence. Yeah, here's a picture of what one of my workstations down in the bunker looks like. In the studio doing some cool stuff. Yeah, this didn't quite turn out the way that I wanted, but the fact that even though it's crapping out sometimes tonight, I think that's just because I haven't paid attention to the thing much. So let's be careful how we configure this. Remove all effects, paste them. Yeah, are you guys able to hear that? So I have an arpeggiator on here. So here's what I got going on this stack. I'm pushing a button and it's going out and it's gonna hit the piano roll. Let me show you that. Let me show you what that could look like. Insert new MIDI item. Over on another screen. I realize I'm gonna have to show you guys all this, but that's fine. It's fine. Over on another screen. Oh, don't be a butthead to me. Don't be a butt. Oh, is it because I... Yeah, it's because I turned that off. So, you got to send a signal out, you got to receive a signal. So when I push on this keyboard in front of me, hopefully you're hearing some of that. Let's open this up all the way so I know you're hearing it. So it doesn't have to be bad, right? So when I push on that, now I want it to have a little more force. This is a force multiplier. It just means that if I push on the key lightly, it still feels like I'm pushing on it hard. So I like that in this stack often. And then an arpeggiator is like, even though I'm going to push this one key, it's going to pick up some other things and add to it for me. This is part of what I'm going to be working on because I am interested in this idea. The problem for me quickly becomes before I began my journey into the woods around the time of my birthday and had this beautiful, wonderful hippie transformation, I was getting into a YouTube series about how to fake playing the piano, and it was a lot of math, and I grokked. I had intimate understanding. I was really digging it. I lost my notes, or I never took them, or I imagined I took them, but somewhere along the way, I kind of forgot what the secret is. So, in a weird Richard Feynman kind of way, I'm going to dig that up this evening, and we're going to figure it back out on air. So, yeah. Strap in, folks. This is End of the Night with Incomitatum, episode 15, Music and the Pattern. Oh my God. Oh my God. So here's the deal, dudes. I've got some things that I'm passionate about. I have a big scab that I like to scratch that's called cyberpunk. Whew. That's a fun sandbox to play around in. Brazil, the movie, is my second favorite movie of all time. So, knowing that about me, I just watched, thanks to my friend Alan Moon, who recommended that I should go and look at the trailer. We turned the satellite dish towards the direction of Netflix, and it went boop, 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 and it showed us on the magic box a story called Maniac. And it was a lovely story. I'm still processing it, still spooling it. I'm sure it affected my dreams some last night. But it's fun because it's about manipulating minds. It's kind of it's got some good things, some Fight Club to it, some beautiful, spotless sunshine of a beautiful mind. Yeah, it's made up of a lot of nice parts. It's homage to many things. It's 10 episodes, so it's a movie. I actually prefer episodic content, so. So here we are tonight. We're talking music and the pattern. And, because I want to make some music. And then as I figure some things out, we're going to write some things down. How will I do that? I got a lot of things on this workstation. The secret, ladies and gentlemen, is that they want you to drown. They drowned, if nothing else, that you should die. Oh, could I talk over my own? Yes, this is the sound I like. Drowned in the machinations of Hollywood squares. I do remember one of the rules was your left hand should, whatever key you pick, your left hand should be a lazy, unadventurous hand. Ugh. We've lost the right stabilizer. I need to send a droid down to fix it. We've lost right audio. Ugh. Okay. Transformation sequence complete. We have a weird cord wrapped around another thing. I don't know if that's healthy. I need more minions. I need a minion that can, hey, look, watch that wire and make sure it doesn't. I realize half of the joy of putting on this weird puppet show is in being able to draw. Somewhere between Picture Page and Bob Ross. And I'm okay with that. Call it music. Pattern. And I'm not completely psycho, my friends. In fact, let me cheat. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to cheat and grab this guy right here, because I can't. I already drew this, so why redraw it? There we go. So I'm going to keep this in mind, in scope, in view. And we're going to do everything off of C. And I'm going to make some shorthand of the little videos we watch. I'm going to go over to YouTube. I forgot that I can lean on this machine and make it make noises. Yeah, you guys got to understand something about me. I am totally... Maybe this is part of my niche. Maybe I always needed to be the laser light show guy with the organ right next to him. You know what I'm talking about, right? But I'm definitely Gene in a lot of ways. I like to make sounds with weird things and have lots of buttons and lights. And later we're going to shape this. Later we're going to shape this and it's going to sound even nicer. But right now, it's just a tone that I'm generating by plugging two things together and oscillating. Remember? Alright. I've got a whole playlist dedicated to this idea. And we're going to explore it thoroughly. We're going to remember what is or isn't real. I think it was music creation. Yeah. How to fake mad piano skill. One of these was done by let's watch it here.
I'm just gonna sit down and play something in the key of C. You know, and actually no, key of C is kind of basic. C.
This is not the one I want to watch first. Here we go, by Lifehacker. Dink. Let's watch this one first. This is a good one.
My name is Jason Oberholzer. I'm a consultant and a musician. I've been playing piano since college, I believe. I'm going to try to show Nick today how to fake playing the piano, which is surprisingly simple.
So I took some piano lessons in college for one semester.
Well, this goes when I share things
was
around.
supposed to practice regularly. I did not. By the end of today, I'm hoping that I could at least understand a little of what's going on and see the path ahead and maybe just kind of convince someone that I know how to play it.
You're only going to do two things with your left hand for the rest of today. You're either going to play an octave, which is hard for your little hands, but we can do it, or you're going to play a fifth.
Okay.
And the one artistic choice you're going to make is whether to play an octave or a fifth. And you can form lots of opinions about which one's more appropriate to any situation.
I know what an
Or only
octave
two
is.
things. Great.
That's where it looks the same.
Yes. You nailed it already. It's
Okay.
where it looks the same. So we're going to start most things in C, because that means we get to avoid all the black keys, and that's great for now. So C is the one, if you find 2 here, drop right below it.
Okay.
That's the C. So now find your Cs,
Find 2 Cs.
put them in an octave. There you go. Now, if C is the number 1, what do you think would happen if I asked you to find the number 5?
Go up 5 keys.
That sounds about right. Let's see where that leads you. Keep your pinky on 1, and let's find 5 with your thumb.
So, well, is this 8 or is this 1?
That
Am
would
I
be
going?
8.
This is 8.
Yep.
7, 6, 5.
Great. That's a fifth. That's choice 2. Those are the only 2 things you're going to do with your left hand for the rest of the day.
Okay.
You'll move where you do it, up and down, right? But you're either
Okay.
going to be doing octaves and no black keys. Sorry, I distracted you with black keys. No black keys. Right. So those are your fifths.
Okay.
Now the fifths are 2/3 of what
Gonna
you
add a
chord.
marker here.
The only thing you need is the thing in the middle, which is the third. And the third, if that's 1 and that's 5, where would 3 be?
I'm not 6.
Listen, I saw you play holocaust puns. Yeah, that's 3. And so 3 is going to help you decide if you're in major or minor. It's not going to help you decide. It's going to decide for you if you're in major or minor. Those.
That's important information I want to pause on, and I'll come right back to it. I'm disseminating the broadcast still. Again, I'm looking at my mirrors. We're right at about the 20-minute mark. We are already flying. Now we just need to turn on the transmitters. From the top down, producing music, well, yes, I think that fits. Music in the pattern. Today, in the common room, we'll just show off that I'm talking about music in the pattern. In RPG talk, we'll talk about arts and crafts and talk about music in the pattern. Talk of the state, music in the pattern, visual design, world design. They've got one for sound down here. Sound. I don't see one. I didn't see a sound design. We'll say off topic. Don't see a sound or music design room, so there we go. All right, no viewers, but that's all right. Our bars always vary, though. We don't care if we have any viewers. We care that we existed tonight. That's our smallest prayer. Thank you that this is the world that I got to exist in tonight. With that, I'm going to go for just a minute. I realize I am going to need some music, right? I'm going to need some music. We're going to see how many balls we can juggle here. But, yeah, if I'm going to be... I can't be going to silence. I got to play some idea. But future synth is fine. That was a good place to be. Because that's kind of the sound I want to make tonight. I already know that much. I have a genre. When I do storytelling workshops, I often ask, where do you want to eat? And that quickly becomes genre. Settling on, do we want a Western? Do we want ribs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm the only one here, so the magic number is 8. We're barely holding stability. We're asking this spaceship of the imagination to do a lot of stuff tonight. Maybe more than it has RAM for. Easy there, fella. Let's just give her a second. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In the belly of the whale. Now let's go back to now playing. I don't mind this saying. I don't mind this saying what the song is, or the last song was that I played at break. If I'm making my own shit, I don't mind that at all. Because at least then the proper people were getting credited at one time. So and you're going to be able to tell my shit apart because it's not great. Or it'll be slow, methodical. So we're going to be right back. I got to refill my water bottle. And then we're going to have fun. I'm going to call the next segment School Time. we're going to take a break. And when we get back, it'll be school time. We're going to finish watching those videos. I'm going to break down the takeaway because I need to make an infographic, not just for my friends who are into this kind of stuff, but for myself. You know, basically I'm going to take my school notes and I'm going to pretty them up into a graphic that I'm then going to spread around as Geeks Worldwide first, and then as Andrew Chasen Design. So, you watch Hydration Puppers, and then when we get back, we'll see if this thing still has its wheels on properly. When you sit down in the pod, you gotta make sure that you don't override any of your old settings. It's like it should have been louder this whole time, especially if you were on hold. I'm sorry, guys. We're gonna pause that, and we're gonna go back to YouTube for just a second. And watch what this guy says.
Listen.
Okay.
Now the fifths are 2/3 of a working chord. The only thing you need is the thing in the middle, which is the third.
So, okay.
That's the C. So now find your Cs,
Find two Cs.
put them in an octave. There you go. Now, if C is the number 1, what do you think would happen if I asked you to find the number 5?
I would go up 5 keys.
That sounds about right. Let's see where that leads you. Keep your pinky on 1, and let's find 5 with your thumb.
So, well, is this 8 or is this 1?
That
Am
would
I
be
going?
8.
This is 8.
Yep.
7, 6, 5.
Great. That's a fifth.
That's
That's
a
choice 2. Those are the only 2 things you're going to do with your left hand for the rest of the day.
Okay.
You'll move where you do it, up and down, right? But you're either
Okay.
going to be doing octaves.
All right, so let me draw this out real quick. The first rule, he says, and this is definitely mixing dogma on purposes. But with the left hand. Golly, that looks awful. Oh, the machine is lagging just enough to make that awkward. With left hand, pick key. So with your left hand, pick a key. I'm going to pick C. And only play a fifth. He said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A fifth or an octave. Octave. I hope you guys can hear that. I think you can. So, oh yeah, let's number these real quick. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, 1, 3, and 5. That's a harmony. All in the same key of C. It sounds sexy when the lower notes do it. Yeah, so what's the next thing he has to say? Let's go and watch that.
And no black keys. Sorry,
Oh,
I distracted you with black keys. No black keys. Right. So those are your fifths. Okay. Now the fifths are 2/3 of a working chord. The only thing you need is the thing in the middle, which is the third. And the third, if that's 1 and that's 5, where would 3 be?
I'm not 6.
Listen, I saw you play Holocaust Puns. Yeah, that's 3. And so 3 is going to help you decide if you're in major or minor. It's not going to help you decide. It's going to decide for you if you're in major or minor. Those are the only important things we're going to deal with to start off. And the left hand, we're not even going to worry about that third. That's the right hand's job, because it's the fancy hand.
So I'm starting to suspect that maybe there is a pattern I can learn, and that I can actually enjoy this before I've gotten to the step where I'm already really good.
Yeah, and I'm seeing that there's that my interface is cutting off the stuff. So here's what this YouTube video was.
Hey guys, how's it going? Wanted to give you a lesson today on...
Here's what that video was. How to fake playing the piano. Yeah. Let's see what he says in lesson 2.
Do those numbers. You know the key you're in, and you can figure out how to set up the scale in that key. Then you can graph the numbers on top of that.
See, I'm saying there's a
and you can play
pattern.
pretty much everything. You don't actually have to know the notes of the keys. You only need to know like one of them, but here's all of them just in case. This is A. It's important because it starts the alphabet, but it's actually not the most important key for us anyway. This is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, back to A. And that goes all the way up, that goes all the way down. You can find A by finding the 3 black keys, taking the one in the middle of the top. That's going to be an A everywhere. For our purposes, we're going to start with C, which in relation to A would be A, B, C, because C has the distinct benefit of using only white keys in what we're going to majorly be doing. So you can use that as your home base for thinking about all theory, which is a wild shortcut, but you should just do it because shortcuts work. So if it's in major, you stay on the white keys for C. So you stay, and that would be an E. The same thing you're doing in your left hand, let's put it in your right hand as well. So let's do them both at the same time. Yep, find a C, find the 5, put them down all together. Wonderful. Now, in your right hand, let's add a third. We'll keep it on the white keys. That's C major. You nailed it. Now, if you put that middle finger down to the black key right below it, that's C minor.
That's sad.
The only difference is that one move in the finger, right?
Yeah.
For the next thing we're going to do, you need to remember that C is 1. C is always 1. Where you put your thumb is 5, and that is G, for what it's worth. And now we're going to talk about chords in the scale. So not only are these like notes you can play on the scale, this is note 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 1 again. These are also chords in the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1 again. So take this whole configuration, you just plopped down the major version of this configuration, which is C major, throw it down one more time, play me that C major. Great, that is 1 in the scale. Move everything up a white key. All hands, both hands. That's 2 in the scale. You're getting fancy with your left hand. That's for later. Remember, only fifths or octaves. There you go. You're doing too much work there already. Move it up another 1. 3, move it up another 1. 4, move it up another 1. 5, yep. 6, 7, and you're back to 1. Pretty much every song you're going to run into stays in 1 key and will be some combination of those numbers. And most places you'll find the chords written out for you. You can either extrapolate that into the numbers on your own, or they will just give you those numbers. The ones that are the most important are 1, 4, and 5. Those are the ones you'll find most of the time. 2 will be in there sometimes. 3 and 6 will be in there in weirder ones. You almost never see 7. For most songs, 1, 4, 5, and 1. So why don't you start me off with a 1?
Yeah.
Hit me with a 4.
Oh boy.
Yep, count them up.
Oh, 1, 2, 2, 2. Okay.
Yep, hit me with a 5.
Nope, something's going on wrong there.
Yep, now back to a 1. That is like 30% of the Western canon right there.
So what the hell did he just say? Let me break this down. This is important. He's saying that, let's write out this other rule. I don't care what I've got. Yeah, well, we'll flip-flop between these. Number 2, the next thing you need to do is same key as left hand, left hand. It's lagging just enough to make that feel squished. Left hand. Right hand. 1, 3, 5. So what is that here? It's 1, 3, 5. That's a chord. 1, 2. Well, 1, 2, 3. And the other way is 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think it's, there's another guy is going to come along and show us how to do this. But for now, play the 1, 3, 5. And this is a chord. So the chord, so a note is the smallest thing, right? We're always talking about that reductionism. We're always taking big ideas and we're reducing them. Now, here. Yeah, we're always taking big ideas, we're reducing them down. And we do that sometimes so that we can take the small ideas and build them back up. It's just like taking apart an old radio and figuring out how it works. Well, here's a little bit of how music works and can work. So, and we're going to employ that to our benefit tonight. Let's get back over here. So, the other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to choose, before I go on a little bit of another hydration break, I'm going to choose something a little more punchy. Let's look at the coolness of this. So, remember I was showing you the keys down here. That gets fed through this whole thing, and in fact, you can ignore this, or let me turn it on one at a time. Let me show you around my the music section of the bunker. Nothing's happening, but you can see down here. See as this jumps, bing, 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 bing. I'm pushing it. That's middle C for me. We have we have this whole stack turned off. Let's just turn on the piano. Let's beef that up. Now here's where I'm going to get most of the work out of. I really like this oscillator that came with this. And so the weird Franken stack I've got going on right now, I've got Reaper. I've got this M Audio suite, which came with another keyboard that I bought years ago. And then I've got the Mini Nova as my actual interface. And the Mini Nova is beautiful for live performances. If you're very neurotic and you want to have a performance and get a thing down and jump from this patch to the other, man, my brain doesn't work quite that fast. So I'm more of a composer and arranger. Here's what this sounds like. Might be a bit much. The organ's nice. Let's change this to channel 1. Yeah, so you can fuck around and make your own music. Isn't that amazing? Just by knowing a little bit of the math, which we're going to get back to. But I wanted to make this sound a little punchier for all of us. That way it sounded cooler. So that as I'm fucking around and showing you what this guy is teaching, yeah, I can go along with it, and then I can break it down and show it to you. This math here. Yeah. So I see more and more viewers are starting to stream in. This pleases me. Thank you all. I wasn't going to stream, and then I realized, well, we're on turkey break for some of the other folks who know about me. So teachers and students of all kind, I hope that we can come together tonight as we go into the night and learn some stuff about music and the pattern that this is all made up on. Let me kick the music back on, and we'll go to break, and I hope that by the time I get back, one of you will have said hi in the chat room. Hello. Yeah, hydration indeed. Turns out I also forgot that I haven't eaten this cycle yet, so yeah. Let's go back to the scene. So we're going to be making some music tonight. Here's the fun panels that we got going on. I got my synth plugged in. Hello to my one viewer. I am honored to have you. Say hi in the chat if you like. Oh, I just picked that key, but it does harmonize with the music that's going on. So what were we doing? Well, people think that I'm crazy sometimes when I talk about the pattern, but especially in Western music, you start to realize that you can fake making nice music. That, you know, you can go to school and learn how to do it, or you can learn the math and how that breaks down into chords and feel your way through it. It's a little more spiritual in that way. You just build a quicker, more intimate relationship with what the music is versus what sound is going to come out, in my opinion. That gimps you in some ways because you won't be able to sight read music, but you know, for like just jamming with friends and feeling it, and even composition like me, I'm going to take these things into account. So what are our rules so far? With the left hand, pick a key. With the thumb, only play a fifth or an octave. So here's what I'm about to push, because we're going to keep everything basic in the key of C. That's this. That's on the bottom of my keyboard because I don't have a lot of keys on this. If you're coming back from the break, let me show you real quick. This is the thing that we're playing on, plugged into all sorts of wires strewn across the bunker here tonight as it loads. I got this way back in August. And then we went on an amazing journey, and I forgot a lot of this music theory stuff that I'd been studying and just getting into. And it's like, well, you know, it's Thanksgiving break. The exit to the bunker kind of freezes over, and you hibernate. And it's like, let's take this week and figure out what we're all about. Let's go on a walkabout musically. So here's what I've got. It doesn't have a lot of keys. It's just got maybe 4 or 5 more right about here. And so I'm pushing on that, making that sound. That's with the left hand. And so the next rule is you either play a fifth, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a fifth. Or an octave, an eighth, which would be that. So you either go all the way around back to C, from C to C, play a fifth. Okay, so that's just with the left hand. With the right hand, I gotta move my hand over. You play a chord, 1 and 5. And then you can get fancy and put the third in there. It sounds like we're at Sunday school, folks. Yeah, so that's what we've learned so far. And then you can arrange that. So I'm not going to do that because I just had to scooch over here. But he says, there's that chord. Let me move that down. In fact, I'm not going to be doing a lot of stuff that uses both the left and the right hand the way I compose. I normally meter them out separately. But here's a chord. Then he's saying chord progression is a thing where once we know that 1, 3, and 5 is this chord, we move the whole stack. We scooch it over. and we play this. I'm just going to play the first notes. 1, 4, 5 in those chords is normally Western chord progression. A lot of songs. So you see, it's kind of a weird fractal. It goes on, and once you know these rules, the next thing we're going to study is the circle of fifths. And this gets into some fun stuff that, as my brain takes it the wrong way, it looks all alchemical-y. How to fake mad piano skill. This is a good video. Let's see what this guy has to say. He's going to...
Piano, which is somewhat like an insane martial arts fighting ability.
Here's the video.
But you can kind of fake piano, which is somewhat like faking sophistication. So it's really important that we talk about this because you never know when you might be in a situation that needs it. All right? So, upon first glance at a piano, you'll see that there are white keys and black keys. First of all, knowing what the black keys do requires a small amount of knowing what you're doing, so we're not interested in that. We're only going to play the white keys. Rule number 1, only play the white keys because we don't know what we're doing, all right? But the black keys are very helpful because if you notice, they're organized in groups of 2 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 3, so on and so forth, okay? So to find out a note that you want to start at, you just kind of line it up with maybe one of the black key patterns. So let's take any of these groups of 2 black keys that repeat, right? Let's take the one on the left, go down to the left, and that's going to be our first note, okay? Now the name of this note is a C. I already sound sophisticated knowing the name of a note on a piano, so I'm almost kind of breaking a rule. But we want to start with knowing where this note is, being able to play it at low pitch, the next highest pitch, the next one. It's always going to be, that same note will always
Hello
be
to Prince
to
Banana.
the left of
We're
a group
having
of
school
2
time.
black
I
keys,
hope you
all
don't
right?
mind.
So you can play
I'm
all
going to make music
of this
after
type
we
of
learn
note
how to make music.
all over.
Hello to my 2
piano,
viewers.
keyboard,
I'm
whatever you're
pleased
doing,
that you're
all right?
here.
Now, again, we're up in our game. We're going to start playing multiple notes at the same time in a specific order, and it's really easy. You just take this white key, you skip a white key, take another white key. Skip a white key and take another white key. So if you notice, now we have 3, okay? You can play these together, and it's a chord. A chord is when you play multiple notes at the same time. This happens to be a C major chord. Don't worry about it, all right? So you can repeat this chord all over the piano just by finding that one note that you're looking for, skipping a white key, playing a white key, skipping a white key, playing a white key, all right? Now, we can use both of our hands. A very sophisticated gentleman or lady can use both hands in equal skill. So what we're going to do is we're going to play a C major chord in the left hand, take the next one of these keys, do the same thing in the right hand. Try to get your thumbs involved. I've seen a lot of rookies try to do this without using their thumbs, and they end up looking like this. You're not even fake sophisticated if you're playing like this, all right? So get those thumbs involved, maybe even your pinky. God knows that'll be helpful in the future. So there's our first note, our first chord. There's our second chord. We can go up, do it again, higher and higher, okay? So pro tip number 1, the crossover. People love the crossover. It makes it seem like you're doing something really cool. So we're going to take this chord, 1 note at a time, into the right hand, 1 note at a time. Left hand crossover, 1 note at a time, under 1 note at a time. Mind-blowing, all right? If you do this a couple times in a row, you can build up speed. All right, and then if you move your body along with it, start here. Oh, now I'm bringing an element of physicality into my performance, which is very important. Now, depending on what key you start this on, this is technically called an arpeggio. You can even say the word arpeggio while you do it to sound even that much more sophisticated.
So here's a rule. Here's a rule in my show. If I finally get a viewer and they want to change the script around a little bit, let's do that. Prince Banana said that he really wanted to talk to me. He really wanted to chat. I'm going to pick this back up later, soon, because it's important. Want to know what is my favorite electronic musical instrument? Of course I want to know, Prince Banana. I want to know everything that you want to tell me. Let's go back to the setup phase while I talk. That way you got some nice visuals. I'm sorry you don't understand the video. This is me touching up on some stuff that I'm going to all connect, because tonight I've got my synth hooked up and I'm going to make some music. I'm very inspired by that Where Is My Mind song by the Pixies, but I want to slow it way down and make it synthy like Vangelis. Do you know Blade Runner? Do you like synthetic music? The kind of stuff that I would play, well, if I turn the music back on. This kind of stuff. Alright, you know what else? Prince Banana. He just dropped a video for us to watch. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Thank you for doing this to me, Prince Banana. That's the song I'm going to be riffing off of tonight. It's kind of like watching TV in the classroom. I'm the teacher. I had some shit that I wanted to impart on you. Prince Banana is like, you know what? He holds up his hand. He says, hey, here's some cool shit. I'm like, all right, I'll pause what I'm talking about. And it was cool. Thank you for sharing that. Did you have something else you wanted to... You said that you wanted to talk and to chat and have some back and forth. Oh, man, I really wish I could understand all that. Let me see what comes out if I Google Translate what you just said. It's probably going to be racist, so forgive me, please. Roughly translated, Prince Banana says, I adore how he plays the Linkin Park. Did I skip that part? Oh, right here. So that could be fun. I might see what threads I can find between this little Linkin Park ditty and the Pixies ditty that I want to rip off of. So, you go eat. I'm kind of stuffing my face too. This bird has only been in the air for an hour. We're having school time. We're learning. I'm breaking down the pattern. I'm drawing it out here because this is going to become an infographic. It's important. So, yeah. Thank you for being here, friend. Again, this is Into the Night with Incomitatum, episode 15. We're talking about music. We're talking about the pattern. I hope to make some music. It's kind of like picture page or having one of those laser drones. Let's go back to what we were watching. Thank you for your interruption. I actually appreciate your interruption, Prince Banana.
Arpeggio.
Oh, arpeggio. We're going to do some of that. That's what we're here
You
for.
can do that on absolutely any key that you want. Pick another one. Always reference it as far as where it sits next to one of the black ones. So maybe let's take a group of 3 black keys and then take the first one and go down to the left and grab this one. This is an F major chord. Don't get too worried about that. All you have to know is you're going to start your new little take one, skip one, take one, skip one, take one, right there to get these 3 notes. Then you can repeat that with the other hand. Cross over, getting fancy. All right, so being able to do this is really great. And the best thing about this, if you practice it kind of in one spot, all the keys are the same width. So really this kind of move, like if you just like drill it over and over and over again, you can actually play it on any key that you're starting out on, all right? So definitely something to keep in mind. Now, another thing that you can do, if you really want to talk about some top level stuff, is to do different things with different hands. One thing that I like to do when I was really faking it hardcore at the beginning, take a chord in your left hand, right? So I got this F, A, C, 1 to the left of the 3 black keys. And then with the right hand, I'm gonna take these little 2-note pieces of chords and just move them up and down, all right? So when I say like a piece of a chord, I'll start like I'm gonna do the thing where I go skip a key, skip another key, and make a bigger chord. But I'm really just gonna take a note, skip a white key, take another note, and then I've got this little space with 1 white key in between. All right, now this is gonna sound good just moving around.
It did sound pretty good, even with me farting around on top of it, because
sophisticated. It makes me sound smarter. It makes me look smarter just doing this. Now, the ultimate here, play that 1 note at a time thing with the left hand to another one.
See the witchcraft in it, friends? Do you hear it with your ears?
And then make sure you sway back and forth like you're really feeling it, like you really have a deep understanding of what's happening here. Pretend like you're remembering something long ago. What's more sophisticated than that, right? So that is
It's all
basically a crash
horseshit.
course on how to fake piano.
Isn't this fun when you
Really,
realize that it's
these
kind of
sprawling
bullshit?
arpeggio,
There's a math to
kind
it,
of
there's a pattern.
under things. That's the way to go, in my opinion. You need to get that down. Other than that, if you really want to get crazy, experiment with different types of patterns in what you might skip. Like maybe if you want to take that same note to the left of the 3 black keys here. And by the way, it doesn't matter what white key you start on, they're all going to sound good together because they're all in the same key, the key of C technically. Maybe just a little fact you also might want to play. Be like, I'm just going to sit down and play something in the key of C. You know? And actually, no. Key of C is kind of basic. Say you're playing in B flat, but just play in the key of C. People will be really impressed by that, all right? So, yeah. Again, remember, take a key, skip one, another one, and then repeat it. If you want to get really crazy, take another key, 4 note. Take one, skip one, take one, skip one, take one, skip one, take one, skip one. This will really impress your hipster friends if you can do these big 4 note.
So I'm going to pause right there because he gave me the other piece of the puzzle that I was missing. But yeah, it's 1, 3, 5, 7 to make that mega chord. I had forgotten that. 7 question mark? Bink. They tell me I have 1 viewer out there tonight. That means a lot to me. Whoever you are, you don't even gotta say nothing. I'm just happy you're out there receiving the signal that I'm putting out. Tonight, I decided that we were going to talk about music. My soul has been feeling the need to resonate with something. So, the one last thing I'm going to see about is the circle of fifths. Writing a melody. We have all these music creation things that I rogue 'em. All right, Rogum, I'm glad you spoke out. Rogum says, the problem with bullshitting your way through the piano is that any group larger than 10, there's bound to be at least one person who can actually play the piano. This is good stuff, and he is right. Yeah, 6/8 time I adore. So, and that's kind of my blueprint. Tonight I want to do a song. Pixies, Inspired. Where's my mind? Instrumental. Instrumental. And yeah, let's do it with piano. Because that's going to be plain enough. You know, that's like the vanilla ice cream of playing this stuff. We'll listen to this for a little bit. I don't need to hear any singing. So I know that this is the arpeggio. See how it just flip-flops between. So I'll bullshit my way through that, pick out some of that melody. I actually think that the higher level is a little too much. I really just... this... Ah. I have a little baby piano keys over here. They're much too small. It's embarrassing. So yeah, and then we got these rules going on. These are good. But now let's take a moment to, it's going right on 4 a.m. Up in the mountains where the transmitter and the bunker lie. We're into the night. Switching over to Reaper. Come on, here we go. Look at this weirdness. Now I had my stuff keyed in. I had all my stuff keyed into the rotary electromagnetic organ sound. I can mess with all this. But I like this stack up here the most. If I want simple, like world music things, we'll come in here. I can get a real nice sounding piano. I can add some reverb way up here, because that's like my favorite thing to do. So this is going to be some fake reverb. If I was going to add it for real, it would be on the whole channel. I like it cold and haunting. That's why I like reverb. Into the night with Incomitatum. And the other reason I'm at my music deck and I have all of this set up is deciding what kind of music I want from my show. Isn't that a fun, strange harmony to meditate to? I could just have something like that going while I was drawing. Delightfully dissonant. Let me kill that for all of our sanity. Thought that would... There. Oh, it's still going. So half of the fun of this weird time machine, this giant spaceship I'm flying, is all these knobs and dials. It's why last night in our sticker session, I wanted to show things like this panel that I decided to half-ass and not finish. But yeah, it could have all of these fun knobs and dials on it, right, friends? Rogum, are you still present, my friend? He said as he sent the signal, knowing that there was a delay, as it headed up to the satellite and beamed back down to another hemisphere of the planet. Yeah. Did you ever watch the show Quantum Leap? Ever? I know that there's like an American, there's a country divide between us, but does Quantum Leap ring a bell? Let me kill the reverb on this. Nah, it's a bummer. It's alright. Oh, I just gotta squelch the room size, finally. There's a little bit of this you're not seeing. Can I rectify that? There's a pure virginal sound, but you know, the one that we're really here for, friends, the thing that's going to lay this whole show on its side for us. We could pick a lot of things here. We got some synth pads. These could be fun. That's a little strange. Sounds like a music box. But we're really here for this entire part here. Let me just turn this off. Oh, you gotta mute it. This is the stuff. Can have a little bit of echo in here. We want the room size to be huge. We want the echo to be just a little bit. We want to get our bass line in there first, right? So where's that arpeggio? So this is in the key of C, E. E. Alright, so E, that's fine. Now we can mess with the sounds though. There's so many knobs and dials here. These are some presets. Let's just go through them. Oh no, I want to lay down an octave. Or maybe a fifth. Right here. Oh, that's fun. Let's shape this. There we go. I don't want it to be mono. Hello, Prince Banana. It is good to hear from you. Oh yeah, so I want to lay down this droning sound. I'd open it wide up, and I'd turn it down. Gotta reset the room, don't we? Here we go. Prince Banana, where did you say you are from, sir? Are you from Australia? Is that correct? I feel like you're not from the United States. Rogum is from another continent as myself. All right. I ask because I wasn't sure if you had seen if you get the reference if I mention Quantum Leap. Here's the other way to input stuff. And this is MIDI roll. And this is what I was showing you all. See, I'm playing these. And all that's being shaped here. I don't know if I can... Oh, Prince Banana is from Russia, or the Cyrillic-based languages, if I'm not completely full of shit. But remember, it's my stream. I allow myself to be full of shit. So this key is super important to me. I want to stay in that key so that it feels like the Pixie song. And so the first thing I want to lay down is a bass drone sound. So this is what we're here to shape. Bright lead, bright pad. And that's the problem with playing this. When you play with this game, when you play the game of, I'm going to compose some music, you can get caught up in all the knobs and dials. So let's just keep going on through presets. We're going to find something like what we want. I want, Alright, Prince Banana is going to tell us some interesting stuff while I lay down some tunes. I need to mess with the velocity coming in on this. Yeah, I don't feel like it's quite enough. This one might just be particularly bouncy too. Jupiter bass? Yeah. Rogum, do you make music, friend, ever? Are you a musicist? I dabble. You're seeing how ungraceful it is. Normally I would hide behind a curtain and I would just release this shit on SoundCloud in the morning, but in being real and being raw and letting people see who I am and how I think and in recording myself in the firmament of something that happened. That's a fun sound. And we needed this to hit just a little harder. And here's the other thing. So we know key of E, right? Here's where we want to be. I like the lower register. Let's move down a step. So here we go. I want to give that. We want this to drone on. Now here's an arpeggiator. It's going to take my one key press and spread it out, kind of like what Rogum would do. Rogum says that he produces music through code. This is interrupting the signal and it's saying we want some variance. And even though I'm going to hold one button, it's going to take these rules here and make more sounds. turn this off and see what it's doing. So look at this. Let's hide the layers. Let's go back to what we were showing off earlier. Here's where I am. Oh, I didn't mark that as an E. It's supposed to be an E. That arpeggiator was doing this. It was playing 3 steps up. And we see that here because of the number 3 right here on this variant. Well, that's fine because we said that a chord is 1, 3, 5. So let's say 1, 3, and 5 and just have it arpeggiate throughout a chord. And we'll say we want 2 variants. And let's see if this isn't full of shit. Here's my E. I gotta actually turn the thing on. Prince Banana, you can tell me anything. So you say you want to tell me lots of interesting stuff, you go for it, and I'm gonna look over at my right mirror, my right monitor every now and then. We'll interact off whatever you have to say. Alright, see what we're doing? We're kind of going into the 80s. Just by having an arpeggiator. Okay. So now we're starting to get into something. Alright, what does Prince Banana say? Prince Banana says, first, I'm going to turn this down a little bit, and we're going to have a background of what I read. First, Russians in Twitch feel very free. In all our streams, we can talk about any topic, like policies and gender and all that, and Twitch won't do anything with us for that, because who cares what was said, or if this was said, I kind of get. So, enough with the music. I think I get where you're saying. That Twitch has given Russians an outlet to express themselves, because in one way, there's so much noise being generated that who cares who says what, because it helps them fly under the radar. Rogam, you can judge if you think that I said what Prince Banana was trying to say back in my own parlance. So this feels like a old Nintendo game. Yeah, let's find some 8-bit stuff. We have this set up to arpeggiate. Oh no, there's one last thing we need to talk about. So I listened to, let's make an endorsement for a channel. Chilled Cow. I need you to understand that Chilled Cow, I love Chilled Cow. I'm probably going to make a sticker for Chilled Cow. He's going to be great. Oh, that's a little loud. I'm sorry, guys. Here we go. I almost listened to this all day. I love it. I love that it's very low tempo. So yeah, it's good to study to, it's good to relax to. And it's got me thinking about low tempo, low beats per minute. It's important. And I know also that I want to waltz. What the hell is he talking about? The last thing I know I want to do tonight, I want something in 3/4 time. Or 6/8 time, technically. But let's just stick to 3/4. Listen to the metronome. Oh, I need to set that up to loop. I'm sorry, guys. Here we go. And that's not too bad, but it is a little fast. I think that I want something about 100 beats per minute. I always feel real nice around 90, so let's do that. Yeah, see, Prince Banana touches on something that I want for my channel. Golly, I didn't realize I had so much crap going on. Luckily, the stable is still or the stream is still stable. Let's yeah, let's play this for a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. You might hear me tapping my foot up to the panel in the bunker here. You know those panels that you gotta use the suction cups to remove? Holy shit, Prince Banana, you just said some shit. Prince Banana just said, I like this radio. I love hip-hop music. It reminds me of how he watched Hey Arnold when he was younger. Now, what did he just do? He made a connection. Thank you, Prince Banana. I loved Hey Arnold. I loved it. And in fact, this will sample some Nicktoons every now and then. And there was one scene from, do you remember the bird guy? In Hey Arnold, the hobo who had all the pigeons. I heard a sound clip the other day and it took me way back. But yeah, this stuff is nice, real low. So yeah, listen to this beat per minute. Boom, 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 boom. This is important because this arpeggiator is ran off the beats per minute, and that's the only reason I bring it up, because if I want to fiddle with this more, I actually need to tune this in better. So let's see what 1 sounds like. Yeah. So I bring up all that because when I saw beats per minute right here, I'm like, oh shit, we gotta skip ahead to the beats per minute part. So I'm gonna throw on some music. Prince Banana, I'm so happy that you're here. It really does brighten my day. Rogam, I like that you lurk. Rogam and I, we tight. We come from the same game clan, so yeah, it's nice to have him around. I like that both of you are here as I go into the night. I'm going to be making some music. We're going to break this down. I'm going to lay down the first track. It's going to be some drony stuff. But for now, I have to see to my human needs, right? And the top one being hydration. I'm a big proponent. As much as I am a hippie, I'm also a proponent of hydration. So I'll be right back. Going to put a marker here. And I'm even going to change the title or the segment. I'm going to call it Making Music. All right, here we go. Well, you know what, Prince Banana? Yeah, sometime we need to set up like a Discord, or maybe my show needs a Discord. Maybe I need a place where if viewers want, they can come on and speak words at me, because I wouldn't mind that. I would love to interview you, pick your brain, get to know you. But yeah, we're back. Here we are, we have a scene. We were talking about music and math. Why would I even talk about music? Why is this nerd going on about music? He's always doing something, right? What's this creepo dork talking about tonight? Well, he's talking about music. He's talking about turning it down so you can hear me. He's talking about the pattern. He's talking that there's a pleasant pattern to be had by analyzing music. That music sets up a vibe, and if I'm going to have a Twitch show, as I slowly layer more and more production onto this, if I'm going to have a show, then I need to consider these things. Well, who better to make some of this music? Right now, the music is by Nihilhor. But this could easily be one of my own songs. I just have to take the time to make it. Well, what's the harm in exposing that process? Here's some of the things we talked about on the last show. Go away, VLC. Go away. That's fine. So here we are. We're in Reaper, and we're going to make some music tonight. I'm going to mute this. And it looks like I have 3 viewers now. I'm enjoying some cucumber and ranch as a healthy snack as I consider what vector I want to take into the night. My first thing, what have we done? We found a key. We say that tonight we want to riff off of that Pixie song, and we found the key of E. There's the key of E. The dog does not like this sound. I'm sorry that you have discomfort over Discord, because I find it to be incredibly convenient for connecting to all sorts of people. That's the easiest way to hook up. I guess the other thing we could do would be do a Google Hangout. So we found our key of E, and I know that the first track I lay down tonight I want to be that bass drone that if nothing else is playing we can go back to. Now we can get distracted by the fact that we have all these knobs and dials. What am I doing? Never heard of WhatsApp. WhatsApp. Oh, I think you're saying WhatsApp? WhatsApp. No, I don't have WhatsApp. So, I'm liking the sound, this metal zap in a low register. We have a wide room. We've given it a lot of reverb, right? It's fun. Let it go on. That's nice. Where are we flying? And now we can arpeggiate it. And that is, we took this pattern. We took the keys, we found that there's a pattern that if you start on one key, then you can go the same amount of steps, 1, 3, 5, 7. That's 1, 3, 5 anyway. We can arpeggiate between them. We're going to use a piece of math, a little filter to do that for us. My synth is here. My synth could do that, but I'm only using it as an input device tonight. Listen closely, Prince Banana says. Listen to the tale of the banana. It can be fun just to fuck around with sound, can it? Let's add this arpeggiator while we wait for Prince Banana to tell the tale. Oh, Rogum says he accidentally created something beautiful. I love something beautiful. You tell me all about one thing, Prince Banana. Rogum will tell me the other, and I will drive the... We normally don't have these sonic emitters out on the Spaceship of the Imagination. But I'm playing in a very safe space, and I know just enough of what I'm doing that it's not going to be too cacophonic. And the other thing that we can do, first of all, let's come back out of here and strip the MIDI out, or the reverb. Because what I want to add is some reverb here. Here's my filter list. This lets me control it in a different way. I just installed the newest version of Reaper tonight. And it wiped out all my favorites. Okay. Prince Banana says, I asked a US streamer to Google the word Chechnya, and the pictures he got were about military stuff and politics. But when he Googles it, he gets beautiful pictures of modern buildings and adorable nature. So here's the thing. I'm about to engage in this activity with him in 2 seconds. Let's add this. Yep. And I need to add this to my favorites. Let's play this game. Wide. We were in the key of E. We're going to Google this. And the first filter that we get, yeah, it's very much soldiers and maps and stuff. It's not beautiful. It's a lot of news. Let me show you. Let me infect you with this for just 2 seconds. It won't be long, folks. But Prince Banana brings up a good point. The internet is a lens of our tribalism. And the internet that he has, even though it says Google on the tin, and the internet that I have, just like the mayonnaise that he has could say Hellman's, mine could too, but it's not the same stuff inside. People are different, regions are different. It's unfortunate that we live in that kind of world. This arpeggiator was doing... Let's make this arpeggiator do the thing that it does in the Pixie song. And that was... Let's take it out. So that's a... 4 steps away. Let's make that 4 to work. I'm going to have to type it in. It's so sensitive. Here we go. So, Rogum says he was... He was writing a piece of code that wrote to reproduce the birthday song in a compact manner, 150 bytes. So instead of using the package I devised, I fed it in frequencies. The previous package was half steps relative to A4. I'm going to predict that he's going to say something about being able to shift the entire scale or tone of the song. A4. I'd like to hear that, Rogum. Can you throw that up on a SoundCloud or something that I can dig up and we can listen to here on air? That'd be fun. Let's kill the arpeggiator. What if that's the key? Because all these other keys are black keys. Yeah, it's definitely E. Yeah, he says he needs to take a moment to make a WAV file. I liked the arpeggiator on 1, 3, and 5. Let's see what it is, though. They say that most Western music is this. Oh, no, we need to take this up to 2. So let's see how this arpeggiator works in conjunction with MIDI, because I have reservations about that. Let's play it without me pushing the button. Yeah, we need to loop that again and again. It's got to hit it on every note or it doesn't keep going. Or should it be one long drawn-out note? I don't really know how it's receiving the input. Oh, because this needs to be mapped with the beats per minute, and we need to slow it down just a little bit more. I don't know, or speed it up, one or the other. There it is. This seems like it's fishy. This seems like a fishy link, my friend, but I'm gonna trust you and go here. Nah, it says I'm not allowed to view it. Oh, VK, yeah, I've been on here before, though. But here's what I see when I go there. Sorry, friend. I guess I'm not allowed. Let's kill the metronome. And let's slow this down even more. Let's just say it's 60. Note links. Note links? Can we do 2? Can we hack that? This is a nice enough progression that I could play some piano shit over the top. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn it up. This is how I normally would compose. I'm going to shape the sound just a little bit more. Oh yeah. And I need to come in and mark reverb as one of my favorites. I think I have to do that somewhere else. Give me just a second to get my crap together, friends. I use EQ. Add to favorites. I add refer. For your own sanity for a minute, I'm going to kill that. But yeah, it's not bad. You just can only let it go on so many times. I think Ossifier Chorus is the other one I use. Listen to this. It's fun. Here's without. This sounds like some stuff from Rugrats, Prince Banana. Do you remember Rugrats? All my favorites are here. Oh, good. Even though this is MIDI, I can still shape the outgoing waveform that's generated by it. I like that scratchy bugs in the wire sound. Okay, yeah, no, this is fine. Here's the beautiful pictures that Prince Banana gets. That is nice looking. So I could do a piano progression over the top of this. That would be nice. I also am reminded of the... what is that song? Dun, 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 dun. I don't remember. Something to do with the Flight of the Phoenix or something? So he wants me to see the true Chechnya. Maybe I dishonored you. I'm so sorry. Let's take a moment and look at how beautiful this is. Let's look at it. Oh, that is beautiful. Forgive my ignorance. Is this considered a mosque? I don't know. That doesn't mean anything if it does. Just wondering what you would call this structure. It's beautiful. I love this. If I could click on this picture, this one's my favorite to show you, Mr. Prince Banana. Out of all of these, I like this color palette. Yeah. And Prince Banana says, see now, it is bad that other countries see different pictures. Yeah. So this is what he sees from inside his own country when he Googles this. And here I am, not able to see this beautifulness. I get a lot of stuff through my Google filter. This is fun too. This looks like this looks like a scene I would have drawn before. A park at night. I love that. I would put maybe like a little bit of a light rail line there. This is kind of... I could change the color palette of this and make it very cyberpunk. It says I have 3 viewers. I know one is Rogum. I know the other is Prince Banana. If I have another viewer, I hope that you'll say hi. Tonight we're talking about music. One of the things we're talking about music for is the fact that it does flavor. If I had to make a song about... Let me just show you all my screens. If I had to make a song about this place, it would be eerie and cold. Not sad, just slightly cold, especially looking at these clouds. I think that off in the distance I would hear fanfare. This could be, I like how lit up it is. A mall or a casino. This actually looks like a giant... I don't know what this building is for. I'm ignorant about it, but it is pretty. And I love lights. I love painting and sculpting with light, so... So we're in Reaper, we're arpeggiating a sound, and I'm shaping that sound. I do some of the stuff. I don't know if any of you guys have heard some of the stuff by Reggie Watts, but that's all a cappella. I like to make some strange noises and then loop them. Normally that's what I'm doing, is I'm coming in here and I'm distorting them and making them sound like they weren't made with my mouth meat by, dropping them through. See how this sounds different? I can even add another one on top. It's kind of like adding, and in fact I have made that correlation in Photoshop. I can actually do this and show you guys. See? Levels. See this? Levels. It just changed because it's being a poop. Oh, I have to have more diversity. Here we go. See this? Levels. This is exactly the same concept. How last night we were talking about the visual light spectrum and sound having a loose connection with each other. It's all oscillation, friends. And so I can come in here and, similar to a levels thing in Photoshop, I can shape this. The darker sounds, the bass notes. This would be dark, middle, gray. Sounds like it's coming from inside of a bathtub. The nice thing here is this little knob right here is like the opacity. I can dial this whole filter back and say I only want 50% of its strength to come over the top of the sound that came in here before it. And yeah, you can go nuts. You can stack so many effects on here that it becomes brown garbage. That's possible. I do it often. It's not so bad, but it's not great. And now already, and this is the fussiness, I'm not sure that I like the instrument that we've chosen. Oh my God, just choose something, you... Jeez, you'll never choose anything. He never gets to a point. See, I want something drony. The last thing in this is too plucky. This could be good. I don't hate that. Pulsator, we gotta remember that. Fat poly. I don't know what's oscillating like that. That's just out of tune. That's fun. That reminds me of something on the Mortal Kombat soundtrack. That's awful. Let's fade this back. Maybe you've got some questions about my country. Forgive me for not looking over here often. So here's what I find as I grow older, Prince Banana. The love language that unifies all humans is food. It's easier to find those common bonds as you slide down to the base of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So what do I want to know about your country? Nothing to start with other than that I want to know more about you. And so I would ask you, from the lens of your country, what's the favorite food? Show me your favorite food that your country makes that I might not have. And then I'll be able to go, oh, that's kind of like this other thing that we do have, but not the same, but they're alike, and then we'll be able to relate to each other. So yeah, what question do I have? Show me your favorite food. Bonus points if there's meat involved, because I'm a carnivore. I'm slowly starting to get into cucumbers and other things. Squashes? Yes. I don't hate this, but I think that immediately I need another virtual instrument. I'm going to do this. I'm going to copy all of these. I actually only want the first 3. Copy, selected. Get another virtual instrument on a new track. Key rig. I need to disarm this from recording, but I need this one to record. It is getting warm. This spaceship of the imagination is steering towards the sun, folks. Might have to shed some layers or check my solar trim. Ooh. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm lining up another track to begin to play on. I'm going to paste these things in here. We're going to kill the arpeggiator. And so... And I don't want this sound coming out of here, but because we pasted it over, my favorite food that is made in Russia is this thing. So I'm going to take it and Google Translate that. Oh man, he's getting what we call, here's what it shows, but it is pancake. Yes, this is bridging international borders already. I love. See, because of my diet and some of my disabilities, I have to stay away from carbs, but that doesn't mean I don't love them. I love pancakes. I love butter, syrup. Good choice, my friend. This is fairly universal. Make it with potato starch or rice if you have to, but the idea of pancake is almost, yeah. Paste this into the search bar, he says, for it did not translate well. Okay, well hopefully you're seeing this pancake here. It seems like it did the thing. So, we can unarpeggiate this. It's just this drone. And it can be the key from which we start everything else. Or we can have it to arpeggiate. But the point is, we're going to deviate from blends. Blendness, blends. Let us Google this blendness. Search just for blends. Similar to these things. Crepes, old ladies, pancakes. Let's click on the Wikipedia and see what this says. Let me read it out loud. Let me kill this music. We're getting cultured, folks. This is Into the Night with Incomitatum music and the pattern. We're going on just over 2 hours. We're talking with 2 friends who it's nice to, 15 episodes in, have such strong viewer interaction. Rogum says we call them Blinnies. Blinnies? I don't know. I was just looking at them. Where did they go? Oh, maybe another tab. Yeah, here we go. All right. I'm going to read this out loud. Oh, yeah, a blinny. All right. A blinny. Sometimes we call this blinny, or sometimes a blin, is a Russian pancake traditionally made from wheat, or even more rarely buckwheat flour, and served with smetana, quark, butter, caviar, or other garnishes. Its roots trace back to ancient Slavic rituals. I love this term, ancient Slavic rituals. Let's learn what ancient Slavic rituals are in a minute. I didn't mean to close that other thing. Hold on. Reopen that tab. All right, ancient Slavic rituals, also known as blinetsis, crepes, or another big word, blinny. Okay. But it seems from this description, well, butter, quark, what's smenta? Let's look at it. Smetana. It's a dairy product, like a sour cream. Yeah, and Rogum says this. Savory pancakes with sour cream, pickles, fish, eggs. We just went to a... where the hell did we go? Not Mediterranean. Middle Eastern restaurant. And they have naan bread. I love savory bread. My favorite genre. Alright. He says it's a typical mistake for a foreign word. Blinnis have turned into blinnies. Exactly how nuggets have turned into nuggetistis in Russian. And that might be because of things like diminutives. We want to make them feel smaller. Like the ILLA sound. The chia. Quesadilla. Chinchilla. Que Maria. The tiny organizing container for a noun. Oh, it's cute and little. Similarities. I really like a tzatziki sauce. So savory pancakes. Yeah, you're after my own heart. Smetana is... Here's kind of another. Curdled. I love cheese. Similar to ricotta. Ugh. You're making me hungry. You're killing me, Small. So hungry. Yeah. This is good. Oh, but I did prepare. And the wife and I are trying to eat a little healthier. I have chopped cucumber. I have chopped cucumber in a particular kind of ranch dressing because I normally hate all other kind of ranch dressings. This is Lighthouse Ranch dressing. And also has teriyaki sauce on top of it. It's sinful the way Lighthouse Ranch dressing and teriyaki sauce rub up against each other in your mouth. So here's an overview of my dietary restrictions. I'll type this in. Here's some story hour. Doctors won't diagnose me with anything particular. They like to say things like IBS. But really, IBS is a big container saying, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. But it has something to do with the stomach. So FODMAPs are these things. And the F, the first one, is things that are highly fermentable. So I like savory. I like savory because if I can do it, and if I can do savory and stay away from things that are fermentable, then my guts, I don't have a bad time. But I can eat something, and I love onions and garlic, but if I eat some of that, or if I eat slaw, anything that if you were to add some vinegar, some yeast to, if you were to leave it in a container for a while. Where do we find these? Look at all this stuff. Here's the stuff that I really shouldn't be having. Makes me sad. I'm very much a carnivore. Very much. But as it stands, I'm starting to get to like squashes more, cucumbers. I've always really liked pickles. I love savory. I like MSG. When I cook, I like that umami taste. That's why I love salmon with the soy sauce on it. Yeah, cucumbers. Trying to freestyle over the top of some other existing shit. Just stay in the safe space. You can wander out of it in time. Let's kill this. I said it's getting warm in here. I gotta shed my epidermis. The snake people of Candanabla 5 would approve of this shedding of one's epidermis. Spaceship of the imagination tonight is apparently headed right into the sun. We find ourselves in uncharted waters. Familiar waters, but uncharted nonetheless. Do not trip over your cords. If you unplug the time machine, well, that's how we have a Freeman incident. We don't want a Freeman. The Freeman contingency, yes. Sorry for crunching in your ears, folks. It's probably rude. What happened is Prince Banana started talking about wanting to bridge nations, and so I brought up food. And then I remember that I have these very savory cucumbers. Yep, I'm almost done. And then we'll get back to making music. Maybe I should go on a break proper. All right, we're back. Here he is. Trying to get our crap together. 2 hours and 15 minutes in. I've done some music theory. Now we're doing some music making. I've laid down a sound that sounds like a good bass note. It arpeggiates a little bit. And if I could come in here and meander over the top of it. What did I do? I forgot that we were supposed to be in the key of E. I like that. That's not too bad. I like that. I liked it. I had fun doing it. So, what I was seeing while I was timing it out, because we're going to need a lot of them. Goes on for a time. That's not a bad medley around in that area. But I want to punch this up. Doesn't quite sound like I want it to. First of all, a little reverb is fun. But I don't want to add it at the instrument level. I want to add it at the effects level. I'm listening. My favorite drink is compote. Search Google for compote. Let's look at this, folks. Prince Banana says his favorite drink is this non-alcoholic sweet beverage of Slavic origin, may be served hot or cold. Have you had this stuff? Rogum. Looks kind of like a berry stew. Do you steam or stew the juices out of the... kind of like a cider? It looks good. I love that kind of stuff. We also need to slow down our input because we were saying that we had an inspiration. So let's say that this arpeggiates even slower. Is that possible? Can we do it in a half time? I think part of what's killing the whole thing is the fact that we're in 3/4 time. So, sorry. We're going to fix that right now. 4/4 time. Just doesn't feel right. It feels off. The whole thing might be off in that regard. Let's see what we got. So let's do 4 and 4 and 4 and 4 and 4 and 4. And repeat that ad infinitum. At least that breaks in the places that you would expect it to visually. It just feels off still. Let's do back to 1. Note length of 1. Oh Lord, that got messy quick. Floating point variables, what? Number of variants, 2. So how do you make the 3 fit in the 4? Kidding about the mythology. Compote is drink of gods. In ancient Greeks mythology, the gods drank compote made of fresh fruits and berries, and other mortals drank wine that was made of the spoiled products. No, you don't have to kid about the mythology, man. I like that information. Have you heard of Bacchus? And and his pinecone staff? What did they call that? It had a phallic name. Anyway, yeah, I really dig that symbology sometimes. Three, 5, and 7. Let's play with these numbers. Maybe we just don't arpeggiate. 3 variants. That's the kind of stuff I want to do over the top of that. Beware, this can be loud. Let's see what he wants to share with me. It may not work. Oh, this is Rogum. Thanks, let's share this here. Can I go back? Kind of. Yeah, if I listen to that very carefully and break apart the chord progression or the note progression, I can kind of hear whatever is in there. But it is apparently using math to take this spread of notes that make up Happy Birthday to some ungodly fractal. So... But I might steal it. I could use it as a fun modem sound. Are we able to download these? Hey, Rogum, send me the MP3 on Discord if you would. That's fun. I might speed that up and use it in the intro of the show if you don't care. As a fun kind of ode to a modem sound. Oh, damn it. That's the Jurassic Park scene. So yeah, I think that's fun. I like where these notes are going. I actually want to slow this down, this arpeggio down even more. Surround with the here's the sound with the correctly encoded notes. Are my cells now interlinked, Rogum? I feel like I have had a low-level defrag. I hope my diagnostic comes back with an all clear. What I want to do is finesse this sound. Piano's nice, but let's do something. I like that. I really do. Just a high pitch thing playing. So I'm going to take this entire thing. Insert new MIDI item. Somewhere along the way. Oh, here it is, way up here. So many effect stacks. This needs to... not wholly unpleasant. Let's get something else going on here, not something so high pitched, something middle of the road, but nice, rich pad. Cool, it could be spooky, right? A little spooky. Let's take this stack and shape it a little more. Make it solo. Let's abuse. Let's make it sound crunchy. Add some distortion. Private message from Prince Banana. I don't know where that private message would show up. Has a notification. Oh, way down here. Alright. Sent a friend request. Of course I want to be friends. Why won't it let me accept it from right there? Alright. It's a nice effect, but it needs to be way back in the back, right? I guess it scrubbed my whole chat room, huh? Am I not able to see back into the past? That's a bummer. Oh well. I see a pattern again. And sometimes it happens in the program that these things have very tiny little tails on them. You have to check the fade in and out times. I guess this is saying that they don't, so that's good. While we're farting around with sounds, there's nothing wrong with going back to a piano. Yeah, so it's all kinds of all over the place, but it can be fun. So, here's what I want. I want any of you, Prince Banana, Rogum, or our third viewer, share right there in the link in the chat something that you think would be... I don't have a private message from you that I can see, but yeah, share links in the chat with things that you think that you like. I'm trying to see where the hell I would even see a private message, but yeah, songs you like, music. We got this, some chill cow. You know, that is one thing we're missing. We're missing a beat. Check the message bar one more time. And all it says, nothing that I shouldn't be able to read aloud. It just says, hey, I've sent you a friend request. I don't think that there's anything wrong with saying that out loud, but I don't have anything else. Nothing else in there is scandalous or whatever. So maybe you need to rewrite it. And I'm happy to receive anything you want to send me. And yeah, thank you for the disclaimer of don't necessarily read this out loud. So what does chill cow have to do with any of this? Well, sometimes you got to go back to your influences and go, what the hell were we trying to do tonight other than set this up, remember some music theory, and have a little bit of fun? Well, this is good because it's back in that key of E, right? Let's mute these channels and just listen to this first one. And that's a fine progression, it's fine, but it doesn't go with what we said that we were going to do. So I'm going to kill the arpeggiator, actually. And I'm going to arpeggiate this my damn self. To do that, we need to come in here, turn the metronome on, and play it. So it goes on for 2 bars and then 2 bars. We can slow it down. We could. Yeah, and we might when we're done. It's a little fast, but let's do that for 2 bars. And that should be it for us, right? Sorry, it's all cacophonic. I hate the sound of the metronome. And that's the other thing that we don't have. We need another virtual instrument, and we need that weird drum machine. Where is it? I've got some kind of drum. The MT Power Drum Kit. Is this the one? Should open a weird interface. Here we go. MT Power. Three bars of 4/4? Yeah. Eighth half open. Do I still play Minecraft? I haven't played Minecraft in a long time. What we're gearing up to maybe try and play it again together as a clan or even a family is going to be 7 Days to Die. And I thought that they were going to have a I had this wrong. I had this wrong the whole time. I thought that they were going to have a patch on Monday, but I guess they missed that by a little bit. A lot of these are overly, maybe I want to ride. That's what, yeah, here we go. Sounds exactly what I want. And then with the double snare ending, right? I don't remember how I get that out of here. I used to have this all on one track, so no, I don't want to add all of that. I used to. And do I drag it out? I think that's how it's supposed to do. Hush up. Oh, I have to kill the effect. Hush up from everywhere, please and thank you. Here we go. Add you in Facebook. I would be fine to add you on Google Plus. Yeah, and or Instagram. You can find me over on Google Plus as Incomitatum. Oh, I've got my inverter on. That's what I look like. And then we can send my private messages to each other there. Nice. Prince Banana says that would be cool if we hooked up over there. Does this thing still play now that I've drug it around? So yeah, as you take an idea, let me just keep this playing because I don't hate it. As you take an idea, anytime you're stuck or you want something creative, start with things you like and then break them down. This idea here, taking a big idea, smacking it, breaking it into smaller ideas. Tonight, in the meditation pod before the show, thank you for that. I've just opened it up. In the meditation pod before the show, I was feeling. Here's something that's othering. Whoa, let's not get too many sounds going on at once. So here's a weird hypothesis. Here's a weird idea, weird sound. Prince Banana and Rogim both. What voltage does your appliances use standardly over there? Do you know? Let's do if I'm not mistaken, I think that most American voltage happens to be in the key of G. And I mentioned that because the other night I was feeling restless and I went for a walk. And there was no other sound except for the sound of distant cars. And I was saying to meditation can be good. Picking a frequency to use your voice to vibrate. To pick a sound. Now, as I understand it, American voltage and European voltage is different. It is not from Harry Potter, but it is from Latin. Incomitatum roughly means alone without others. Now that sounds depressing. It sounds emo. But it means incomparable, without equal in some ways. So, why does electricity hum? Kind of in B flat, they say? Oh, webpage, if you would just load, then we could talk about this. Maybe I've got it ad blocked. But the idea is, even as you're walking around, if you're going to be saturated by the sound around you, the psychic noise, the otheringness lies in the fact that even as two people, we're using, at our basis, we're othering ourselves, we're limiting our empathy, we're vibrating. The cities beneath us cause our bones and our psyches to vibrate at different frequencies. Some people say it's a B flat. Yeah, that's fine. So outside the bunker, we have this really bright light, and it's very... It's loud. It hums. It's kind of a green-blue. It's not annoying, and every now and then when you're looking out at the skyline and you can see the city, you see the city way far out there and you're going, this is the sound that I've associated with this now. Could we slow this down to 30 beats per minute and it still not sound like garbage? I'm seeing that I have an extra follow. I'm seeing it now. Tink, tink, tink. These need to be glued together from this anomaly. Glue, damn it. Glue. Where is the glue these things together? Make them one. This should only go on for 3 bars, shouldn't it? It's not as fun. So what's halfway in between those? 45 beats per minute? It's a little better. I'm not really liking the... What does this do? Oh, it's completely messed up because we changed the whole idea of everything. So then this is just going to bring this, accentuate that. How can I talk to you on G+? Well, we would go into Google Hangouts. Can we do that anymore? Hangouts. Hangouts is now an extension. And let me see if I can find you again. What's the best and easiest way to do all this? Well, in a private message, does it have a button to just do a hangout? Well, I'll follow you. So now you should have a message that I'm following you. And I'll add you down here to... And now... I don't have the option to just turn around and... Oh, call. Hangout. Here we go. I don't know what's going on. It might be sending you a call. Create a group hangout. This is all getting very distracting. I'm going to throw up the music. We're going to be right back while I figure some stuff out. Because it might be nice to have a way, a workflow for listening to our friends. I'm sorry you can't use Discord. We'll try and make it work. It should be time for hydration too. This whole thing is, like I said, starting to careen into the sun. Alright, Kit Bash has been added to my friends. Create a hangout. I don't need to create a group. Why are you fighting me? Here we go. See if it calls you. So, Kitbash, I'm at hangouts.google.com. Hello, can you hear me? Let me kill all these extra tabs because I have too many open. Low FOD maps. Here we go. I cannot do this right now. Well, that's a bummer, but I guess we figured it out. So, why not? I needed a break for some hydration anyway. And I'm going to see if I'm going to take this song anywhere tonight. This snippet of sound. Might be better to do it off the air. We are coming up on the 3-hour mark, right? So yeah, so far this has been Into the Night with Incomitatum. I've been talking a lot about music theory. I got too much stuff going on, folks. Too many windows open. Yeah, here we go. We talked some about music theory. We talked about finding a key you like. Starting in a key. And from that key, building up a chord. Yeah, fancy stuff, right? Building up a chord, and if you want to bullshit some playing, you can, with your left hand, pick a key. And either arpeggiate, or differentiate, or alternate between the fifth, that's what this chicken scratch says, the fifth or the octave. And all this example I'm doing is keyed off of here. So from here, either the fifth key or the eighth key where this would wrap around. I should color this dot red also. My computer's trying to do a lot of things at once. I'm happy that the stream is showing us stable, but yeah, that's a good color for that. And then we decided to make music, and I said that I wanted to start with the Pixies song. Think about that, use it as an ingredient, walk it back some, deconstruct it a little. We ended on this thing. But yeah, see, that's how far we got. Composition is about arrangement. I think that if I'm going to slow this down even more, watch what I can do. I can glue these together. This is going to be irresponsible. Yeah, glue these together and Whoa. We control the horizontal and the vertical. We are your outer limits. Yeah, let's squish everything up way too much. And stretch this out 4 times farther than it should go. So 1, 2, 3. So that's 1, 2, 3. It's a little bit better. Now each note is sustained longer. And I think that this should come in with a... Oh yeah, and see, because I glued it together, it looks small over here, so... I'm going to get the octave to kind of come in here and harmonize with this sound and make it have some more depth.
Can you hear me?
Can I hear? I heard a tiny voice. Tiny, tiny voice. Where would it have come from? Hangouts. Hello, how can I turn up Hangouts? Give me just a moment to try. I heard a friend whispering. Oh yeah, the ringing sound was so loud that I muted it, or I turned it way down. Send me another signal, friend.
Do you hear me better now?
You sound as though you are in a capsule far above me, very tinny and far away, even though I've turned you up to my maximum. In fact, we can see this here.
Sorry for my bad accent. I haven't been speaking with someone English a lot of time.
He says sorry for the bad headset. He doesn't have a better one because he doesn't talk to people with it often. So it's fun. Twitch has brought me together with a friend across the pond. Way over there in some other place. Kazakhstan? Did I spell that wrong? I'm going to make a fool of myself. Anyway, yeah, it's nice to hear from you.
Oh man, I imagine my voice sounds very strange for you because of my specific accent.
No, your English is pretty good.
Oh, thanks. Okay, now I'm a little confused, I guess.
I didn't catch the last thing you said.
I cannot speak with someone English.
Are you saying you don't get a chance to speak with someone English very often?
Yeah, they're. What can I say? The last time I spoke English with someone was when I passed my English exam in school.
Oh, okay.
We were using microphones and there were some questions that we had to ask to answer.
Yeah, mostly mine are just questions to disarm any strange and othering situation. It becomes about food, because I find that to be a universal language. We all need to eat. We all love good food.
I should say I can't watch your stream right now. I can only speak with you because of the place where I am now. There's a bad internet connection.
Gotcha.
So, okay.
It's understandable, and in fact, having myself go out in 2 different directions here is also strenuous for the stream as well.
Sorry.
But
Next
no,
time.
it has been wonderful to talk to you. You say that Discord does not work good for you?
Oh, I I think I can't mm, I can't describe you why Discord is not comfortable
You
to
suddenly
use.
got very much clearer, as though you actually got closer to your microphone.
Okay.
So that was good.
Next time when I will speak with you, you will have me, you will hear me better.
All right, friend. He says next time that we hook up, when I'm out here into the night, then he'll be able to hear me better. And yeah, we can do a dual kind of
How your name
broadcast.
is pronounced? I think it's pronounced as Andrew.
Andrew. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh,
Or
okay.
Incomitatum. Yes, or Incom. Very many people shorten it to Incom, and I'm fine with that.
Okay, man.
Wonderful. Well, it was good to hear from you. A friend I made tonight through Twitch.
I must say, I always wanted to speak English with a foreigner.
I hope that we get to speak English together even more, but I'm getting telemetry back saying that I have to close one broadcast or the other because my bandwidth is dipping into strange territories.
You know, I can speak English a lot better, but I'm a little confused. If you understand me.
Well, I'm going to bid you adieu for now, but thank you very much for jumping through the hoops to get this working. And I think that with that, I'm going to end the stream as well. I'm going to fart around with this as Into the Night becomes Into the Morning. But I have a rendezvous with several friends this evening. We're going to have good talk and good company, and my spirits will be lifted, and I'm going to try and make a haunting tale for you all here, a melody of sorts. And if it turns into anything worth sharing, I'm going to put it out on SoundCloud, and so I'll have a link to that in some other time. So, yeah, this has been Into the Night with Incomitatum. We've talked about music. We've talked about the pattern of music. We've talked about how this can be freeing and let you meander. This can help you compose. This can give you some good rules and guidelines.
Do you still hear me?
This can inform some decisions as you travel across the keyboard and make a choice about what notes to play. And it also can help you deconstruct other people's music. They were saying that 1-4-5 is a very common Western chord. Once you understand chords, the next thing you can do is look into the alchemy of a topic that I like called the circle of fifths. Obviously, we're not going to go into that today, but look that up. I'll share the exact same video with you, that circle of fifths video, the one that you should watch next. I find it to be absolutely fascinating. Let me find it real quick. Oh boy, navigating my YouTube is dumb sometimes. Come on, folks, why are you being like this? Oh well, I'll post it somewhere on my own YouTube later. Until next time, this has been Incomitatum. You are into the morning. We're going to end with this Miami Nights theme. end of the night with Incomitatum is recorded in front of God and everybody. It's a live studio audience on Twitch. We're always happy to have feedback from you. Produced in part by friends and family who are donating to my PayPal now and then. We also take hugs and donations. I'm just happy to be here tonight, folks. Because I live for one more night. For one more night, I existed. And I had two other guys from halfway across the planet also existing with me, so that was cool. I want to say, as we go into the morning, as the globe rotates underneath our feet, we need to all broadcast some peace, love, and understanding. In short, while we may have gotten up to some bullshit tonight, and I'm thankful that you were here, my final message, as always, is be good to each other.